Oh, I hit it right on the mark. Oh, that's cool. I thought I was going to be like a minute or so early, but no, here I am. Let me check my collar here. There we go. Ooh, nice and comfy again. Christmas lights in the window again. Hair looking like I wore a hat all day, which I kind of did because it's freaking cold, people. Freaking cold. All right, just saying. Okay, here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Actually, I gotta bump this up. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Let me get this going over here. And in the chat, if somebody could just let me know at some point if you can see and hear me, that would be, as we say in the language of my people, that would be wicked awesome. I love it. I love it. As soon as I said it, that one persona says, hey, friend, I can hear and see you. You are wicked awesome. I wicked appreciate it. All righty. So yeah, today has been a busy, crazy, goofy, nutty, cuckoo, Pee-wee's Playhouse kind of day. I am hydrating because I have to look at my stuff for tomorrow, but I've got stuff going on. I also thought it might be fun. Where's my pen? There's my pen. So I also thought it might be fun for us to kind of review together. This sounds like a deja vu of last night, but it will be completely different because it's this night. But taking a look at what we got done today and being psyched about it. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Well, I didn't do that, but I did that. And I picked up, called her. Yep, I did that. I did that. I did not do that, but that, you know what? What else? Did that, did that. I did that and that. Dropped off that. Order. Nope, didn't do that. Did do that. Did not do that. Did that. Did a YouTube live. Yeah, did a YouTube live today. Make appointment, didn't do it. Make pickup plan. Yep, did that. Okay. So, oops. What I will do is I will also be nice here and I will put on my do not disturbs. Yeah, it's been a busy day. Yay. I got some stuff done. Did I get it all done? No. Oop, did that as well. And what I'm doing right now, just so you know, if in case this helps you, is I wrote down, like I had my schedule, right? My things that were kind of blocked in at certain specific times. Oh, yep, did that too. And I guess I technically could add the YouTube live. And then when I get it done, I gotta bump this up. There we go. When I get it done, I will either make a check mark or I'll put a line through it. There we go. Leslie M saying, I watched the recording of one of your TikTok lives and found out about tonight. Yeah, good evening, all. Yeah, I kicked butt and took names later. And you know what's funny? That one persona whose butt feels kind of kicked is my own. Yeah, a lot of this took energy. I'm glad I got it done. I was also, and I'll be honest with you, because I'm rarely dishonest with you if I think about it, I was front loading a lot of the stuff that I did today was because I looked at tomorrow and the next day and whatever, and there's some question marks on them because I don't know what my eyesight will be like. I don't know how my energy will be like driving or looking at my computer. So I thought, you know what? While I have what I have, I will get more stuff done so that I feel better about if I can't get it done this weekend. What I will also then do is many of these things that I wrote down. Now, this is not like, dear diary, this is what I did today, but I do like, it helps me practice reframing and reminding myself the good stuff I'd done when I write it down more permanent like. Now, this is a book. This is my book number 3 out of I've done 2 of these before. I started this one. Oh, interesting. Gotta look at this. August 1st of last year. And I have gotten into the habit of writing down the good things. Oh, that's funny. I got a pro-con list of a hotel that I stayed at in Chicago. Nice robe, 12 p.m. checkout. Big room and bathtub. Oh, I remember that one. Writing down the good stuff kind of almost like the ballpoint pen on the paper. It kind of embeds it in your brain a little bit. Look for the good, you'll find the good. Sometimes you need to weed out some of the not so good because the not so good is going to be easy to find. But find the good, remember the good, do the good, and kick some ass while you're doing it. Okay. So today we had a split TikTok live. There we go. Girl, New England 65. I recognize Kara's little garden face right there. Today I had I promised I would do a TikTok live and a YouTube live, and I did, but I chunked it down to fit it into the time. Then I realized, okay, now that I know how the day is going to go a little bit, I scheduled this. So scheduling, balance, flexibility, all that. We're here for what, 53 minutes together tonight? How do you want to spend our time? What would help you? Do you want to celebrate the moments of your life with was those international coffees? Celebrate the moments of your life. I'm thinking it was the international coffees. I could be wrong. Um, what's going to help you feel good before you go to bed? Getting into your pajamas, perhaps like I did. I even flossed my teeth. I believe that is on my habit tracker. I should probably fill that in. Why the hell not? Did I do some of this stuff last night? I don't remember. Okay, I did that. Nope, didn't do that. See, notice the recurring theme here. Okay, this is how life will go. I did that, didn't do that, didn't do that, did that, didn't do that. There's going to be a mix. Yeah. Yes. Ooh, Melissa Garvey says, just listen to a presentation about writing a list of everything you should do, and then read your list and substitute could for should. I like could. I do. I love that. It does change your perspective. Uh-huh. Notice the the subtle changes in what we say can really affect how we feel about what we're doing. I love it. Angela is stopping and taking a break for the day, started later in the afternoon and getting tired. Noticing you are getting tired. Now, Leslie, if you were using notice as your hydration word, maybe I'll use it for mine. All right. Noticing the words you use. Earlier today, I'll kind of riff on this one because it was so helpful. Somebody said, I'm trying to chunk it down. Okay. And I offered, how about instead of I'm trying, let's eliminate the try. And the Yoda says it, there is no try, there is just do. I think he said that. My sisters who like Star Wars, I was going to say Star Trek as a joke, would say that. I'm trying to do this. How about I'm doing it? Doesn't that sound a lot more kind of solid? I am chunking things down when I remember to do it. When I don't remember, I don't chunk. But as soon as I get overwhelmed, I say, wait a minute, I know what to do here. So notice that it doesn't have to be rewriting every single word, a couple of tweaks. It's like having something off the rack and then tailoring it to fit what you want. Okay. So yay, Angela, for taking a break and noticing she's getting tired, noticing the words you use and how you could increase the oomph in them. Oh, Leslie, I love it. So nice to see you in my husband's comfy sweatshirt and sipping tea, enjoying 2 chocolates, not 1, but 2, and wrapping presents. That sounds lovely. Yay. Now, this is so fun because Kara earlier today kind of had her checklist. Mom, Christmas tree. Our tree down from the eaves. Check, or Christmas tree. Work was outside for 2 hours. Oh, God bless you. I must have been freezing up in Mass. Renewed Facebook Marketplace posts, and now, oh, electric blanket and Cherry Garcia. I will do no new pics tomorrow and take a hot shower before bed. I love that. I had lunch. I was lucky enough to have lunch with some really fun, really nice neighbors today. And one of the interesting things is we all started talking about different ways to keep warm. going to bed with a heating pad. Those of you who are probably on TikTok like I am, I swear, and because I'm saying this, my phone is probably eavesdropping on me right now. And uh, I saw a thing where it's almost like an entire heated blanket that you can put on and like wear. You can tuck your feet in. Oh, so good. That sounds delightful. I myself have a couple of layers on. I've got a lap blanket. I have some little footy socks on, and I was just in the bathroom, and we have a tiny little bathroom space heater that is something that delights me to no end. Notice, seriously, notice how we talk about from the crown on down. Notice how the temperature of your body can be something that you focus on, or it can distract you from other things when you're saying, I'm too hot, I'm sweaty, I'm uncomfortable, or I'm so cold, all I want to do is get warm. Too hot, not so good. I mean, is this not, what's her name? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Too hot? Nope. Too cold? Nope. Just right. And everybody's just right is a little bit different. So that's what I've got. I'm feeling good about what I got done today. Did I get it all done? No. No. Did I plan on it? Maybe. But you know what? Having that flexibility, allowing yourself to say, I'm going to stay a little bit longer at lunch. And maybe that means I don't make that phone call. Can that phone call wait until tomorrow or the next day? Or the next day, because tomorrow's Friday and then Saturday, Sunday. Can it wait till Monday? Yep. It totally can. That one can too. That one can too. Yep. So feel good about what you did, people. I know this is something I say a lot, but this is why these evening YouTubes um, are like that, because reflecting on the day can also set you up for what you want to do tomorrow, what you want to do. And here's another one. You mentioned the whole changing your perspective by changing your shoulds to coulds. Here's one. I have to do it. You start with I have to, right? And then you rewrite it and you say, I want to. Okay. And that shifts a little bit. And how about this? I get to. I get to. I am lucky enough to be able to do this. Notice it goes from feeling like a victim to feeling good that you get to do something. It's kind of fun to play with. So let's have a convo here, okay? What I don't want to happen is for me to be ramble on like Led Zeppelin, okay? Let's help me out here. Give me something to work with. Like if I was up on stage, where's my Carla microphone? You know? Oops. I don't have a standard routine. I'm like, what do you call that? Like a comedian who's works the room and is trying to get some inspo here. So how can I help you? Now, there we go. Oh, that's fun. I love it. Garden Girl Kara says, after work, third floor at Mom's, 3 bags to the Savers and to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. I love it. Me and Sis found our old dance recital costumes. Oh my God. Put them on and danced around. It was our Devil Woman by Cliff Richard. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. That is awesome. I love that. I was watching something on TikTok and there's some lady doing some 80s dance. And it's like a found footage kind of video of somebody almost in their recital costumes as well, being like, come to the craft fair. Hysterical. Yeah. Yay, that one persona. I've worked the past couple of days, but when I was off on Tuesday, I dropped off some donations that had been sitting, one for 6+ months. Yay. Yay for uprooting those donations and doing that, my friend. I'm curious, if you don't mind me asking, what made it different? What was different about Tuesday than it had been for 6 months to get it done? I'm just really curious, because this is the thing, when you clue into what made you do it, you can learn to repeat those things. What made it easier for me to do it that last time? For 5 months and 29 days, I said no, no, no to that bag of stuff, and it started growing roots wherever it was. But there was something different about Tuesday, or you in the way you were maybe thinking and feeling about it on Tuesday. Yep. And I wonder what it was. I wonder. I wonder if you can find what that was. I'd love to hear it. Now, Lady Bandit says, I didn't get a lot done today. Okay, you know what? Here's the cool thing. Doesn't matter. Who needs to get a lot done? There are days we get a lot done. There are days we don't get a lot done. Notice that there's always going to be kind of that merry-go-round ride. Yep, tomorrow is a new day. And there are days where doing a lot feels difficult. Not a lot of energy. Maybe you've got, a schedule that's wicked busy. Maybe you just, for whatever reason, just cannot seem to focus. Trust that that is temporary, as freaking everything is. And know that another day will come when it's easier. Now notice that one person says, actually remembering to grab the box and bag and take it. Right. Duh. Right. I have this. And being tired of it taking up usable space. Yeah. Notice that I'm kind of done with it. I'm tired of what this is. And I am sick of it and I want to change it. That can be a good kind of energy to get into. It doesn't have to all be yippee skippy, but you're like, I am done with having this box or bag taking up this usable space. I want to use that space. So yay for you for taking it, roots and all, and donating it. Very cool. One of my goals is to, and this is a small glass, but I will finish this glass of water before I sign off today. Yeah. Yay. Oh, that's wonderful. So Kara's mom has the Alzheimer's and the Lewy body dementia. Now, my dad had that. And I love that you said, Mom, yes, we have been depressed. It's all heavy, but it felt good to be up there in the attic and hearing from my mom who made this and where that came from. And here's a really cool thing about decluttering is, and especially it may not happen all the time, and I don't have any facts or figures, but people who have memory issues sometimes struggle with more recent memories, but the ones that have been embedded for decades can be really strong. And sometimes those items that you go through can spark a memory from somebody. So that's wonderful that that happened. And also that notice what also helped you feel a little bit lighter. Music, moving your body, being silly, connecting with your sister about, I can't even imagine. Well, you probably know your Cliff Richard dance or whatever. I mean, I still know the hustle, and I learned that in 4th grade. Do, 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 do. I mean, I don't know. It's the official version. It was the 4th grade gym class version, but I still remember that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. There we go. Therapy Gal Sue. I love it. And yay, McDugs, for put away Thanksgiving decor and got started on Christmas. Rock. Some days what needs to be done clicks. Yes, there are days where you're cooking with gas, as they say, where everything just feels easy. Yay for days like that. Not all days are like that, but not all days are not like that. Some days it clicks, some days it doesn't. Today was a click day. Not tired, no fires to put out. Notice that. Notice how much energy it takes to be a firefighter. I almost said fireman, right? When there's no fires to put out, how nice is that? And I have a bag ready for donations on pickup on Saturday. Yay, Sue. That's the cool thing about those days that click. Today I got a lot of stuff done myself. I feel good about what I got done. I've decided to feel good every day about whatever I get done. And that is a nice thing. Days I'll have a long list. Days I'll have a small list. Days I'll be like, yeah, I scrolled on TikTok for a couple hours. I rotted, as the kids say. I will own that. So I offer to you, feeling good about what you do. Good stuff. Anybody get any plans for the weekend? It's Thursday night. Back in the day, right now, this is so funny. I'm just thinking, we would be just finishing up watching, I believe Mork and Mindy was on Thursday nights from like 8 to 8:30. Funny thing is I don't remember specifically what show was 8:30 to 9. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Kara's saying, yeah, today was a busy day with the mom and the stuff and the things. So I think tomorrow will be likely a quiet day. Notice the ripple. This was a busy day. Now tomorrow will be quiet, you know, balancing out, kind of yin and yanging that. That sounds good. That sounds good. We've got a weekend coming up. I'm just checking the calendar here. I'm not doing yoga. Yeah. Angela says, heading out to watch the teens at a volleyball tournament tomorrow through Sunday. Oh, fun. Relaxing and crocheting between games. Angela, that sounds a lot of fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Very cool. Very cool. Now, I look at my calendar, which is where I have stuff, and it is very sparse. And um, it is sparse because of the unknown of am I going to, how am I going to feel? And will things be easy? I will know a lot more how I feel, but notice if you're not feeling well physically, and I am allowing myself that flexibility of how things are going to go. Yay, Leslie's got lots of fun this weekend. Book club, love it. I'm curious what you're reading. Cookie swap. Yay, art museum on Saturday and the Nutcracker on Sunday with sisters and our daughters. What a fun thing. And notice so much about that is not, not that there's anything wrong with shopping, but notice book club, reading a book and exchanging ideas and conversation, swapping cookies. I made some, you made some, and now we can share and we can have, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. An art museum, a wonderful place to go and appreciate art without having to buy it, without having to own it and take care of it. Yeah. And then the Nutcracker experiences that you get to create memories and go have those memories of going in that whole kind of event. That sounds awful. Yeah. Might sound funny, but the book is Becoming Mortal by that I don't know why I'm not familiar with the book, but I'm going to write it down. I just wrote it down. Thank you. I went to my book club meeting last week, and I can't tell you what book it is because I didn't finish it. And barely, we are very loosey goosey book club. Yeah, but it's fun to connect with people. It is. I will tell you, community, kind of like we have here, is in these days where everything can feel so fragmented and people feel alone. I have become so much more increasingly appreciative of the people that I'm lucky to be surrounded with, both in every concentric circle, and then also all the kind of Venn diagrams, the destination decluttered people, the people who I met through my husband, the people who we are neighbors with in the neighborhood, the people that live in our town but maybe aren't, directly near our house, the people we know in different states, feeling that kind of connection. So that to me is almost more important than did you finish the book or not. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Lady Bandit, what a great idea. She says, I'm going to make a pillow out of one of my dad's shirts to give to my mom for Christmas. Oh, what a cool thing. What a cool thing. And I bet I would like to think, and I know you guys will get it. It won't sound gross, but like there may be a bit of, the smell of the soap he used, you know, or something. I have a shirt that I wear sometimes when I go to get a massage, and our friend who does them mixes up oils. She's kind of an herbologist, and I will tell you that anytime I do the laundry and I smell that, I'm like, smells like a massage. So what a cool thing. What a cool thing. That's such a neat idea. Mhm. Yeah. And yep, experiences, things that are meaningful. Uh, I don't do a lot of shopping in the malls, and I forget the pressure that is on when you're in stores. I walked past a store today. What was it? Oh, it was well, I went into a Michael's today. My God, that place looked like it had been hit by a bomb. I swear, I believe it was hit sadly with the private equity. And I felt so bad. The girl who helped me was delightful. But man, it was kind of a hot mess. Yay. Oh, one of my kids was the classically trained ballet dancer with Sugar Plum a few times. Oh, yeah, Nutcracker makes me nostalgic. I remember going to it wasn't, was it called the Wang Center when I went there? Can't remember. It wasn't it might have been the music hall. I went there in like the 5th grade with my class and my mom. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Notice how performances and even hearing music can make you feel good about stuff like that. Um, that's one thing I will never declutter from my brain is the Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guaraldi. My gosh, I could have that. Here's a funny story. We used to have a really kind of blowout, um, what do I call it? Like open house type of Christmas party. There's no way we could fit all these people in our house at the same time because it's fairly small. So we would just say, stop by somewhere between, 3 and 9, that type of thing. One of the first times we had it, it was so chaotic and loud and rambunctious. And we had music on, but you could barely hear the music because everybody's chatting and having a good time. It wasn't until hours and hours later that we realized that the CD player or whatever it was. Sorry, I just heard something. I'm like, what was that? Oh, well, that the CD player um, was stuck on a loop. And I'm hoping this is where the memory fails. It would be hysterical either way. I'm pretty sure it was the entire Charlie Brown Christmas CD, but I'll have to check with our friend Michael Kropp to see if it was maybe the same song over and over again. And none of us noticed for hours because we were having such a good time. Oh, there we go. I love this idea of making pillows. We found Dad's favorite Johann Sebastian Bach sweatshirt. I'm going to make a pillow out of it for him. Very cool. Very cool. And how neat because I know Lady Bandit, you're in what, Oklahoma, and Garden Girl is in Massachusetts, and 2 states away, yet cool ideas abound. And that connection with somebody, some of them that are here, some of them that are not there here physically, but all of them are in your heart. What a cool idea. Yeah. So, giving gifts that mean something. Giving gifts that mean you listened to somebody and paid attention and you noticed them. Making somebody feel seen. I saw you like that. Yeah, this group is so creative. Yeah. Oh, please, Leslie, you know us. We're not going to hang around with boring, non-creative people. In fact, we were talking about that last night, and I was still cracking up about it this morning. We were talking about that concept, and pardon me if you were here last night, and I just am totally spacing it out. But just as a quick recap for those of you who may not have been on the YouTube live last night, is somebody mentioned the concept, the ADHD labeling, let's say, of executive dysfunction. Now, I like to kind of poke at things because why the hell not? And you know me, I like to talk about the opposites. You've got fear over here and love over here, and you've got in the love side, you've got curiosity versus shame and things like that. And so it occurred to me, um, why not do that with executive dysfunction? And we were talking about the executive in a corner office who's dysfunctional. So who wants to be a dysfunctional executive? Nobody. And then I thought, well, okay, I've got the office, the corporate office view in my head, and you've got this. I think we were calling her Shirley. I mean, no offense, Cheryl, but of somebody who is dysfunctional, dysfunctional executive. And on the other hand, I came up with a functional creative, somebody who's creative and can function. Yes. Now I love Laverne and Shirley. Exactly. I mean, I love them both. I was more of a Laverne gal, as I'm sure some of us were, but they worked well together. But notice that notion of being creative. What does the creative bring? They bring, much like Kara talked about, a sense of fun and play and dance and and sewing and cooking some things that we've got here. Being a creative person is a gift, and everybody's creative in their own way. And if you're not, I think you might be afraid of it, or seriously, if there is somebody who's so boring, who's not creative, I don't know. You know, you can create. If anything, I think I'll be honest with you. I love my coaching, and I will share this. I love doing these TikTok lives and YouTube lives. I was saying to my husband, because it allows me to, in real time, kind of have conversations with people who are interested in thoughts and feelings and things that I don't often get to kind of get deep in with other people. So I love creating this environment so we can all come together and connect about things like that. um, is what I do here something that is a pretty picture on the wall? No. Is it something you can wear? No. But creating a place where people feel safe and welcomed and comfortable to share what's going on with them, and feeling okay to connect with people, or simply sit back and be part of the community and just kind of not even participate. So I think that, yeah, my kind of what I'm doing right now is a wonderful creative thing. And literally, as I said that, I looked and I saw the word creativity right there, is to create something. And if you think about it, creativity is creating something that did not exist until you did something to make it happen. Yeah. And hey, I thank you. Yeah, that one persona. I love our destination decluttered fam time. Yeah, like a fam trip. Yay. Leslie, I'm on chocolate number 3. Better bring the box downstairs. Love a sampler. Oh man, if you guys ever saw, so Whitman samplers, those iconic yellow boxes, I went through I don't even know what to call it, a run of wanting to collect those. And I have them and I use them usually typically around the holidays for specific things. And yeah, isn't this a cool group? Yeah. And I'll have to show him at some point before the holidays, and I might have done it last year, but I can do it again. I have a Whitman sampler box that's like, I'm trying to get my hands in. There we go. It's seriously, it's like this big. It's hysterical how big it is. Um, it was only one layer, just so you know, though. But yeah, yeah, it's good to connect with people and like minds. I was thinking about this today, and I got into a little bit of it when I was having lunch with my neighbors. But here's a deep thought, something to think about, is the things we're afraid of are the things that stop us for doing things are fear, because fear it is you being on alert to say that might kill me. That might end my life. Now, luckily, clutter won't end your life. Well, unless it falls on you and you get suffocated. Like, who were those guys? The something brothers. And they were like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, their apartment in New York was stacked with newspapers. So clutter could probably do that. But things we fear tend to come from a really core, deep, almost animal part of us that if you really trace some things back, it goes down to some of the core things of human survival, of your human animal. I'm afraid I won't have enough food. I'm afraid I won't have enough money to buy what I need to survive. I'm afraid that I'm going to feel pain, and pain can sometimes be a precursor to more pain or death. And so to almost trace back and realize that it's part of a human being to feel fear. But what you do once you recognize you're feeling that fear is to say, okay, is this really going to kill me? Is this, how bad will this hurt at all? Have any of us here, seriously, anybody here ever been so afraid to do something and then you did it and you're like, oh my God, I feel like a big dummy because that wasn't scary at all. I had built it up so much. I built it up so much in my mind. That phrase sound familiar? Yeah. And that one persona saying, speaking of, has anyone spoken to Carla Jane? Has she sustained any more decluttering and related injuries? I've been in touch with Carla, and you asking about her will be the wonderful encouragement I will have to reach out to her. I will reach out to her tomorrow because It's kind of like that old fashioned, like, don't call somebody after 8 o'clock type thing that we used to say in my family. I don't believe she has sustained any more decluttering related injuries. No, but she is working on her decluttering journey because she really wants to get things ready for the holidays. But that is so nice. I will let her know that she was asked about and thought of. And that's really nice. Yeah. I don't believe she has, though. You're right. You're right. I should probably check in with her to make sure she's not under, a pile of what do I want to call them? Like artificial Christmas trees. Because she was going to set up a bunch of trees because she has some windows to put them in. But yes, I will say reach out to Carla because it's nice to be thought of. It's nice to think that you are not going to be forgotten. Being part of a pack, not being forgotten. Yeah, not being forgotten. Because think about it. If you're forgotten, you could be out there and eaten by a wolf. If you get forgotten, if you're not part of the community, I mean, think about it. People ostracize people, shunning. Hello, we live near the Amish, you know? So that fear of being forgotten versus the wonderful feeling of being seen and connected. And so how cool is it that one of the things what we're all doing is connecting and getting nice those little like spider webs of connection with people. Getting to recognize people's names on different platforms, maybe their little picture, you see them through that little circle or whatnot. Yeah. Tell her hi from me. I will do that. Yeah. And ending the day with gratitude is great because it changes, I swear it changes the flavor, for lack of a better word, of chemicals that runs through your body. You can feel different when you are gratitudinal. Yes, and yay, I love this. Everybody, yep, I will make sure she knows that we're all sending her good vibes. That is wonderful. But notice that. Notice when you focus on the negative and sometimes you pull away. But when you connect and realize how much you have to be grateful for, that can help you reach out to people and connect. And community is something that I think is really important to the human species because I mean, look at it. We're not made for this planet. Do we not look like we're totally beamed down here from another planet? We need clothes, our skin is not, like the animals are like, dude, it's winter. I'm growing a coat. I'll be fine. Not us. We have to go to Filene's or something, right? We need to do things to make sure we survive. And having community is one of them. So yay for our community. Mm. What else do we get going here? I'm trying to think. Somebody did ask earlier today about doing some declutter parties this month. And as I said, I had made kind of the executive decision, since I'm the executive here, to determine whether or not I was going to do something like that. And I plan on it. I truly do, just because you don't see them there, but they may be a bit last minute. But I'll say this too, honestly, because I was thinking about it, is I know that, I mean, I'm looking at the calendar as I say this. This is why I'm glancing away. I know that these next 2 weeks, I mean, we are now, think about it, 2 weeks from today is going to be Christmas night, not even Christmas Eve, Christmas night. So these last 2 weeks can be often chaotic. And so I will be doing my best to schedule some declutter parties. But here's even to me almost the better thing. I am looking at January, and let me tell you, historically, and I bet you can feel this in your own life too, after the chaos of the holidays, right? After all the influx of gifts and the fact that even the stuff from the attic is down in the main living spaces, and you've got holiday clutter and regular everyday clutter, and you're overstuffed with food, and you're too hot or you're too cold or you're cranky, all of that kind of thing. I am telling you, January we're going to declutter party like, nobody's business, because that is a lot more practical, I think, than trying to also do that. I'm not saying I'm not going to offer it, but that kind of, okay, phew, the holidays are over. It's a new year. And I want to start the new year with a clear kind of conscience and way of going. So, what I will offer to you is this, and you guys, you're the first ones to hear this because I'm seriously creating this in my brain, because my brain is like, this would be a good idea. And then the other part of my brain is like, yeah, you know what? Tell the people, tell them about this, make it happen. If I kept it to myself, notice what you do. You can create what you want by thinking it and then speaking it out loud, and then speaking it out loud so other people hear it kind of makes it more real, you know? And I'm looking at January, you know? Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, interesting. So Sue is saying it's one of those years that flew by. Grateful I'm here sorting and decluttering time for me. Yep. I love the low buy challenge for me in 2026. Interesting. Yeah, I that's a great idea. That is. And yeah, I was saying to our neighbors, it is crazy. Like, there when I've been going through some of my sentimental clutter, I will share this with you. I look at some of the years that when I was living them, they felt like decades. And I look back now, and from the perspective of 20 plus, 30 plus years, they are just little tiny blips along the road, you know? Like, if each one of these dots was like a 10 or 15-year thing, they are a little smidge. But man, do some years and sometimes in your life you blink and a decade goes by. That's one of the reasons why, to me, time seems to go by more quickly when you don't notice time is going by because you're focusing on other things, and sometimes that can be good. Other times, it's when you're not aware. So being aware and noticing and being in the moment and present. I try to practice that. Where was I even today? Just, when you're, you know, driving someplace and you notice just the way that, the sun is setting, and the trees look like an inky black kind of, pen and ink drawing with a lovely sunset in the background. Or just noticing, the little kids laughing as they're walking past the streets, like trying to remind yourself, I'm here now. This is December of 2025. And you're right. Oh my gosh, you guys, many of us were hanging out together the beginning of this year. I could look back on my calendar and say, did I get the stuff done that I wanted to? And part of me is like, I don't even remember what I said I wanted to get done this year. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But if I think to myself, when I go to bed each night, if I feel good, can you imagine just not trying to do the whole year, but just a day at a time, much like we've been doing even just these 2 nights in a row, slowing down, getting comfortable, quieting down, reflecting, pulling out the good, minimizing the bad. Can you imagine if every day felt like that? Every night when you went to bed, and not even every night. Let's say 80%, 75%, kind of like a habit tracker, increasing even slightly the nights where you make a point to feel good before you go to bed, and maybe even feel good before you get up. Make that part of, your habit tracker. As I look over at my habit tracker, you know, adjust your energy before you go to bed. You'll have good dreams, and you get up in the morning and say, I decide I'm going to have a good day. And what can I do to have a good day? And some of it is to let go of the stuff that don't matter. Yeah. All righty. Interesting. Yay. Yay. Sue says, I'm going through the maybe keep or donate holiday boxes from last January. See, that's the cool thing too. January decluttering is also when you're packing up stuff from the holidays. She says, I decluttered so much then, and now I'm doing even more. A year. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Just like that. Just like that, but also just not like that. But time is flexible like that. As I often say, and I quote Mr. Miller, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future, right? Mhm. Right. So think about that. I'm just planting a seed with you guys. January, we're gonna do a lot of declutter parties. We are. We'll get some in December. I am determined to at least have one. All right. And we have, don't forget, on Monday, just make sure I get the date right. Yep. Monday, the 22nd, we've got our party. We'll make sure that Carla Jane knows that we want to see her with a Santa hat on and something like that. Yeah. Now, yeah, I love that low buy concept too as well. Um, the other thing too with that too is I'm thinking, what would low buy? Let's riff on that for a while. So, Sue, if you don't mind, what are your thoughts of what is a low buy challenge? Obviously, a challenge means it's going to be something that you're going to be doing something different than you normally do. So, is it decreasing the quantities of items you buy? Is it decreasing the frequency with which um, you go out shopping? Is it increasing the amount of stuff you ask to borrow from somebody? Do I need to buy that? Can I feel good about saying thank you, but no? Do I need yet another dark gray sweater? Maybe if it's cashmere. Could I just decide to wear the winter clothes that I have now and not buy any more winter clothes? Could I wait until I open up my springtime clothes to even say, do I need any springtime clothes? And maybe not. I'm at the point in my life and it's kind of in a way, it feels kind of odd. I will say this to like go out shopping and say, I don't need anything. And some things I don't even want. More glasses. And I mean the drinking kind, not the wearing kind. But even the wearing kind means something to take care of, to wash. It's a TikTok challenge. Oh, okay. Here's a funny thing. My phone is sitting right here. It's probably going to show it to me as soon as I scroll. All right. No buying any makeup or skincare. Okay, interesting. Use what I have. I'm extending it to everything. Use what I have all up before buying new. Sue, what a cool idea. What a cool idea. I'm just offering, like, if people want to try that, we can play with that in 2026. I'm game. I tend to do that a lot organically anyway, but that will be a good reminder because I have some duplicates of things because somebody gave me an extra like free sampler type of thing. And so yes, using what you have before buying new. I know a lot of people that, have tuned into the TikTok lives and the YouTube lives who say they have so much makeup and so it's like, okay, yeah, let me make a focused effort, maybe make it a thing to say use what I have and also realize that some of the stuff you have you don't want to use it. That's why it's still sticking around. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Use up what you have. Yep. It's simple but profound. And thank you, McDougs. Best wishes for tomorrow. Thank you very much. Yeah. Out of work and need to save anyway. Right, Angela. See, it's a bonus. You know, think of the money you'll save by not spending. And then you get in the habit of it. It's funny just how I noticed that. I will share with you. I was talking about it with my neighbor today because we were having lunch and she has two sons that when we moved here they were little and now they're big. They're big. They're like late 20s, early 30s. It's mind blowing. Mind blowing. And she was talking about and this is my hand gesture. Anytime I talk about shifting gears, I'm thinking I'm driving like a stick shift car. But shifting gears and being in the habit of buying a certain amount of food because she had growing boys in the house. And then when they moved out, she was still in the habit of bringing in so much. And then she realized, wait a minute, it's piling up because I'm doing what I always did, but something changed. And I noticed that on those 2 months where my husband was away, that we would have a certain amount of food in the house because he was here and he was eating it and we were eating together. And when it was just me, man, was there less there, but it can be a habit. So I love that. So low buy. Okay. I know that my TikTok is noticing this right now and is going to show me all about it. But yay, Leslie thinks it's good. Sue, please keep us posted. Let us know, and this is no pressure, but let us know what you're discovering about yourself during this, what you noticed. Is it difficult? Is it hard? Why did I keep that? Is it more difficult for me to let things go? Is it less difficult? I love, and this has always been to me, I love the idea of finding something that works and kind of sticking with it, like experimenting to find it. But once you find something, I've been using the same face wash for 30 years. Now, is it working? I don't know, but it doesn't irritate my skin and I know where to get it and it's around the price point I like and it works, so I use it. I love having that. It's almost like a capsule wardrobe, the kids call it, you know, making a decision, feeling good with it, and then just not having to constantly be wondering about that stuff. All right, Leslie says, I'm in. I'm in as well. So, yes. So, what was that? I'm saying, okay, yes, low buy challenge. And look what I'm doing too. Seriously, I am writing stuff down because my brain is not that sticky. Writing down that stuff will help you remember it, and especially as I like to say on paper, because then, yep, it will be there tomorrow morning. Even if I just say after we say goodnight that I shut off the lights in here. Actually, I do have some paperwork to read up on to make sure I do the right things tomorrow. But writing those things down so you don't forget. Yay. I will keep you posted. I'm the scarcity gal. And no, I'll be a work in progress. Okay. Notice what you just did there, Sue. Try this. I used to be the scarcity gal. Not I am the scarcity gal. Because if you were a scarcity gal, Sue, think about it. A scarcity person would not have decluttered as much stuff as you have over the past 12 plus months. So you are still identifying yourself from an outdated version. You're calling yourself something that it's almost like you're calling yourself a freshman, but you're a senior. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I used to. Distancing yourself from the thing you don't want. I used to be that. I used to be the scarcity gal. And I think I don't want to speak for everybody. I will just say and I believe many people have that scarcity mindset to varying percentages. Some not at all, others to the extreme, and many of us somewhere in the middle, and it depends on what day. Some days you're like, it's all fine, I'm going to do this. And other times you're like, wait a minute, give me that quarter. I saw a TikTok thing the other day of somebody, and it was like, coming back from vacation and spending all sorts of money on vacation, but not spending the money on like the way to get home from the airport, riding the subway back from the airport. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, check it out, Sue. Leslie says, Sue, you are curious and brave. Yeah. You used to be the scarcity gal. Now you're curious and brave by sticking with this journey and being open to new things. Yeah. Now, how does that sound, Sue? I am curious and brave. I'm on a journey. I am open to new things. Doesn't that sound like somebody you want to be? You are, Blanche, you are. That's what we say in our house a lot. All righty. So we've got about maybe 5 or 6 minutes left. Anybody want to mention anything? Put it in the chat. You got a bake sale going on. You got plans for New Year's that seem kind of fun. Feel free to put it in the comments. What I will tell you is I'll kind of do the admin stuff. I'm just going to check here. What have I got going on the members page as it was? Yep. So we do have our holiday party coming out. Okay. We do have our holiday party. I'm not going to make you declutter. It's just going to be a fun kind of get on Zoom, say hey to people, wear a Santa hat if you want. You don't have to. You don't even need to put on your camera if you don't want, but it's just an opportunity to connect with people and put a face to a name if you choose to. Now, I haven't sent out the Zoom link for that. I probably won't until closer to the date, but that's coming up on Monday, December 22nd. If there are any people here who are not part of the Destination Decluttered um, uh, email group and you want to be, go to destinationdecluttered.com. That's my website. There's a big old thing down the bottom of the homepage that says, join the club. Should say join the club. Am I right, Christine? And send me your email. You get links to this page. Yep, Thursday, December 11th, 8 p.m. YouTube. Check. Now we're just next to, again, eye surgery. So the next week or so will be a bit of a mystery. I promise to check in and let you know that I'm doing okay. But I just need to see how things will work out. We will be back, though. We will be back doing December, and I'm going to write it down now. December declutter, declutter, declut, and then more so, I'm thinking, because this is me, when I do a little asterisk January declutter parties. That to me is sounding promising as well, because I also have, holiday plans and stuff like that. Yay. Ooh, that's good. Natalie says, nature, art, and art enthusiasts. We are doing consumables, num, 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 for Christmas gifts since we all have a lot and we're in declutter mode. I love that. I love consuming consumables, especially when they're tasty, like a Godiva sampler. Yes, very fun. Thank you, Angela, with the good luck. I love all the good wishes you guys have sent me. Thank you. I'm not feeling anxious about it. If anything, the anxiety that you heard from me earlier was resolved when I heard from the place actually what time to go to the doctor's. So I found that out, and it coordinates with the time that my husband can both take me there and pick me up, because he has a gig tomorrow night. So yay, good stuff, folks. Yes, so thank you for all the good things. And I love it. Good luck sprinkles. Very cool. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's something I've never done before. I would say cautiously optimistic, but all signs point to yes. So good stuff. So I'm going to sign off now. Remember too, you guys, when I'm not here, you still have community. You can be reminded of who you want to hang out with or connect up with when you go through, and especially not so much the TikTok lives don't have the comments that kind of have the running commentary. That's why I have gotten into the habit of reading people's comments so that they are kind of preserved in the video. But especially when you're watching the YouTube lives, the recordings of them, the chat still appears, so you can be reminded of the people that you want to connect up with. Also, as I mentioned, we've got all the videos that you can watch. Yeah. And so please, just because I'm going to be, absent for a few days, know that you can still keep it going on. And if anything, I think that's really cool, because as I might have mentioned it last night, thinking about being like, I've taught you some lessons to how to drive your car. And then it can be an opportunity for you to say, can I do this by myself? The answer is yes, you can. Okay. You can do this myself. So let me practice doing it by myself. I'm a big kid. I'm going to do it by myself. Okay. So on that note, I am going to sign off. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you all with bright, sharp colors and vivaciousness. Okay. I will check in, I promise, and have a lovely evening. And I will see you with my new eyes soon. All right. Bye.